Welcome, seekers of forgotten lore, to a realm steeped in eternal twilight, where the whispers of ancient myths echo through desolate valleys and forgotten legends cling to crumbling ruins. This is the world of dark fantasy, a canvas painted with shades of despair, sacrifice, and the relentless march of destiny. Tonight, we delve into the heart of this shadowed existence, exploring the very essence of power, temptation, and the devastating price paid for dominion. Our journey will unveil tales of artifacts born from ancient evils and heroic folly, items not merely imbued with magic, but cursed with the weight of ages. These are not mere treasures, but anchors of fate, binding their wielders to destinies often more terrifying than death itself. Each legend is a warning, a somber melody played on the strings of human ambition and the insatiable thirst for power. At the core of many dark fantasy sagas like cursed artifacts, these aren't simple enchanted trinkets, they are conduits of cosmic malevolence forged in forgotten ages by primordial entities, desperate sorcerers, or even accidental spills of pure chaotic energy. A cursed artifact is defined by its insidious nature. It grants immense power, yet demands an unspeakable toll. Its magic is rarely pure, always tainted, slowly corrupting the wielder's soul, mind, or even their very flesh, twisting their intentions and sealing their tragic fate. Some curses are direct, draining life or sanity with each use. Others are subtle, weaving a web of misfortune around the wielder, turning allies to enemies, prosperity to ruin, and love to bitter ash. The most dangerous curses are those that grant wishes, for they always twist desires into horrific realities. The true terror lies not just in the power these relics possess, but in the inevitable tragedy they orchestrate. Heroes are transformed into monsters, kingdoms crumble, and entire bloodlines are eradicated, all because one dared to grasp what should have remained buried. Consider the tale of the Obsidian Heart, a relic said to beat with the essence of a forgotten demon lord. It promised its wielder absolute invulnerability, but in return, it slowly devoured their emotions, turning them into an unfeeling husk, incapable of love, joy, or even sorrow. Lord Kale, a noble paladin, sought the heart to defend his people from a looming darkness. He became an unbreakable shield, but the price was his humanity. He watched his kingdom fall, his family perish, without shedding a single tear, his invincibility a cruel mockery of his former compassion. Then there is the Whispering Eye of Morwen, an ancient orb that grants visions of the future. It reveals secrets and strategies, but at the cost of the user's sanity. The eye's whispers never cease, driving even the strongest minds into a cacophony of paranoia and madness. Ilara, a gifted seer, used the eye to avert several cataclysms, but each vision fractured her mind further. She saw too much, both past and future, until the boundaries of reality blurred, and she could no longer discern prophecy from hallucination, ultimately becoming a gibbering oracle locked away from the world. The Blade of Soulfire, a weapon forged in volcanic ash and quenched in dragon's blood, promised unrivaled martial prowess. Each swing was a symphony of destruction, but it hungered for life force, slowly consuming the wielder's vitality, leaving them withered and weak after every battle. A legendary warrior, known only as the Crimson Knight, wielded soulfire to defeat legions of encroaching horrors. He was a force of nature, yet with each victory, his body wasted away, until he became a spectral figure, a ghost in his own armor, fueled only by the blade's ceaseless thirst. Cunning villains are often drawn to these cursed artifacts, believing themselves strong enough to control the power Without succumbing to the curse, they seek dominion, forbidden knowledge, or eternal life, always underestimating the insidious nature of true evil. Sorcerer King Malachor, in his quest for immortality, unearthed the crown of ages, rumored to grant eternal life. It did, but bound him to a decaying, undead existence, making him an eternal prisoner in his own crumbling citadel, his flesh forever putrefying. His reign became a horrifying parody of life. His subjects turned to thralls, his kingdom a mausoleum. The crown of ages granted him infinite time, but not a single moment of peace or joy, merely an unending nightmare of decay and solitude. These villains, though powerful, are ultimately victims of their own ambition. Their schemes, however intricate, invariably unravel, not because of a hero's might, but because the very power they wield turns against them, a silent betrayal inherent in the artifact itself. The magic of these artifacts is rarely a blessing. It is a dual-edged sword, offering immense capability with one hand, while demanding a crippling sacrifice with the other. It distorts reality, warps perceptions, and forever changes those who dare to invoke its might. Many of these items are imbued with the lingering agony of their creators or the forgotten gods who once held sway. Their curses are not random but deeply rooted, echoes of ancient pacts, unholy rituals, and cosmic imbalances that ripple through time. The world itself bears witness to the power of these cursed objects. Landscapes are scarred, forests twist into gnarled monstrosities, and lakes turn to black ichor where an artifact's influence lingers. The very air can grow heavy with dread and malevolence. Monsters, too, are often products of these shadowed legends. Some are guardians, corrupted by proximity to a cursed relic. Others are conjured beings, manifesting from the raw, uncontrolled power that spills from an artifact, their forms reflecting the darkness it embodies. The Revenant King, a figure of nightmare, was once a just monarch who wore the helm of endless conquest. The helm granted him military genius, but gradually replaced his loyal subjects with an army of restless spirits and tormented souls bound to his eternal war. His battles raged not against external foes, but against his own fading humanity. Each victory turned to ash, each conquered land a desolate wasteland, until only he and his spectral legions remained, marching forever through a realm he had condemned to eternal conflict. The heroes who confront these horrors face impossible odds. Not only must they battle terrifying monsters and cunning villains, but they must also resist the allure of the very artifacts that empower their foes, understanding that to use such power is to become the very thing they fight against. Their quests are fraught with moral dilemmas, forcing them to choose between a swift, corrupted victory and a long, arduous struggle for true salvation. Many fall, not to the blade of an enemy, but to the insidious whispers of a forgotten relic, promising an easier path. The tragic fates of these heroes serve as cautionary tales, woven into the very fabric of the realm. Their sacrifices, their downfalls, their transformations into figures of dread, all contribute to the grim tapestry of dark fantasy. Each artifact holds within it a mystery, a fragment of forgotten history, often guarded by puzzles, traps, or ancient guardians who still cling to their duties long after their masters have turned to dust. To unravel these mysteries is to gaze into the abyss, for the truth behind these curses often reveals cosmic horrors, primordial entities, or the depths of depravity humans are capable of when driven by ambition. The very act of seeking out these artifacts is perilous. The paths to them are guarded by forgotten guardians, mind-bending illusions, and creatures warped by the artifact's proximity, eager to claim new victims for their dark master. Even when an artifact is sealed away or destroyed, its essence often lingers, a malevolent echo in the place it once resided. The shadow it casts remains, shaping the legends and fears of generations to come. The concept of destiny itself is a powerful force in these narratives. Can one truly defy the fate woven by a cursed object? Or are all who interact with them merely pawns in a cosmic game of despair? The answer, more often than not, is grim. In dark fantasy, legends are not always inspiring tales of triumph. They are often somber accounts of suffering, of choices made under duress, and the indelible scars left by power unearned and unleashed. The price of glory, or even survival, is frequently paid in blood, in sacrifice, and in the slow erosion of one's very soul. There are no easy victories, only battles won at an agonizing cost. These are the shadow legends, the whispers of what lies beyond the veil of ordinary existence. They remind us that some powers are best left undisturbed, some knowledge best left unknown, and some legends are meant only to be feared. For in the depths of dark fantasy, magic is indeed both a blessing and a curse, and every legend, every tale of ancient power and forgotten glory invariably carries a price that must be paid, forever binding those who seek it to their tragic, eternal fate. So let these tales serve as a somber reflection, a mirror held to the darkest corners of ambition and despair. The cursed artifacts remain, waiting for the next brave fool, the next desperate hero, or the next cunning villain to uncover their malevolent embrace. And as the shadows lengthen, remember that the true horror lies not in the monsters that lurk in the dark, but in the darkness that resides within the hearts of those who dare to challenge destiny with powers they can never truly control. The saga continues, forever etched in the annals of a world where hope is a fragile whisper and the legends are always, always shadowed.